Watch your mailbox arriving soon for Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and SSI beneficiaries. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video. Let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to bring to your attention what you will be receiving as a fixed income beneficiary who does receive benefits administered by the Social Security Administration, including all the millions of beneficiaries I mentioned at the beginning of the video, as well as everybody else, which includes well over 71 million beneficiaries as of right now, rapidly approaching 72 million people all across the country. Now, I do want to bring this to your attention because you will be receiving this, and it is pretty important. Therefore, I want to bring it to your attention because it will be arriving here within a matter of days if you haven't received it yet. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks for joining me. If you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right down below the video. As I've mentioned many times before over the last few weeks and the last couple months here, 2024 is the year of Social Security. All eyes and all attention will be on fixed income beneficiaries, especially the people that receive benefits administered by Social Security. 2024 is the year of Social Security. 2024 is the year of the low income and the fixed income. I 100% guarantee it. Wait here and see. It is going to be very, very busy, especially with what's going on later on this year. A lot of things are happening, and everybody's going to be talking about what they're going to do for the low income and fixed income. It's going to be a very, very busy year. I'm going to be here for you every single day, no matter what, as your one and only daily advocate, as I have been for nearly 4 years now, literally every single day, doing all the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's going on, and anything popping up you can possibly grab and or take advantage of, like money, benefits, raises to benefits, checks, programs, stimulus checks, monthly checks, anything else like that. Of course, I'm going to bring it to your attention right away. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. It's going to be a busy year, and honestly, it's going to be a fun year because a lot of things are going to be happening, and we know for a fact these benefits will be changing in a major way. What the changes are going to be, we don't know quite yet. However, that's why it's going to be so interesting. I will keep you posted. Again, thanks for being here. Let's get into it and talk about what is going to be arriving in your mailbox and why this information is very important and what you need to do about it. All right, so we're in the time of year, which, by the way, hope you're staying warm out there. Seriously, what is going on here? Can't wait for like March, right? I'm not sure about you, but that'll be a really nice time. Anyway, that's a little ways from now. Let's just get through the next couple weeks here, right? Anyway, so here's what's going on here. So this is the time of year when you will be getting documentation from the Social Security Administration because they're going to be sending you out what is called an SSA 1099. So SSA-1099. What is this? Well, it is the documentation that Social Security will be sending you to indicate how much money they sent you in the form of benefits in the calendar year of 2023. Why would they send such a thing? Because this is required. They have to send this out to all the beneficiaries, and this is for tax purposes. Now, before you leave, let me share with you really quickly, why is this important and what can you do about this to take advantage of this information here? Now, again, I know this. I know a lot of you here in the community do not file a tax return because your income is low enough that you don't need to. However, just because you don't need to doesn't mean that you shouldn't, which, by the way, this is not tax advice. This is not financial advice. This is not accounting advice. This is not advice in any way, shape, or form. However, let me share with you really quickly. I know for a fact that a lot of you here do not file tax returns. And again, I'm not your accountant. I don't know your personal situation. Everybody's situation is very different. However, like I said a second ago, just because you don't need to doesn't mean that you shouldn't, okay? Here's the thing. You have this document. If you haven't received it yet, you will be receiving it, okay? When you get this documentation, it shows you exactly how much money you received from Social Security last year in 2023. Why is it important? Because it indicates basically a lot of things. What's your income at? Now, if this is your only source of income, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But if your income is low enough and you generally do not file a tax return, just think, you may potentially be losing money or leaving money on the table is what I really should say. Not losing, but leaving money on the table. Why do I say that? A lot of times there are different credits out there, as in refundable tax credits. In other words, even if your income is zero, a refundable tax credit still pays the person who files the tax return. A non-refundable tax credit, even if a person's income is zero, they still don't get paid. They don't get the credit. But a refundable tax credit is still something that pays the person even though they have an income of zero, okay? So another thing, I want to point that out. There's a lot of credits out there, a lot of different things. Now, again, everybody's situation is different. I'm not your professional, as in, I don't know your exact situation, so I can't look through everybody's situation here and be like, well, you could qualify for this credit, you could qualify for that credit. But if you have a simple professional look through your situation, they may be able to find you some different credits that could get you hundreds or possibly even thousands of dollars that could be credited back to you in the form of a tax refund, even though you don't need to file a tax return. Does that kind of make sense? In some instances, okay? Now, this is not a guarantee for anything. I don't know your situation. It's going to be different for everybody, but this is a situation, and think about it. Do you think the IRS enjoys when somebody does not file a tax return because they think, hey, my income's low enough, I don't need to file a tax return? Well, guess what? It's just extra money for them because they don't need to pay out. They think, hey, you snooze, you lose type of situation, right? And that's exactly what happens here. So you never know, okay? It may be worth talking to a professional. And again, you got to assess the differences here and see if this is worth it for you. But it may be worth talking to a professional to see if maybe filing a tax return could generate hundreds or thousands of dollars in some type of credit for you. And again, there's a lot of them that are out there. Next, I want to point this out really quickly. If you have a home, as in you own a home or you rent, it does not matter, okay? Maybe you own a home or you rent a home. It doesn't really matter what happens here. Or even you rent an apartment. It doesn't matter if you are a renter or a homeowner. Here's a couple different things. If you file a tax return, and again, generally this is on the state level, okay? This would generally be a state tax return, but here's what happens. A lot of times there are property tax credits. In other words, you own a home, you pay property taxes. Guess what? If your income is low enough, generally you will get back a massive property tax credit later on in the year. You may want to look into that. That is generally on the state level. Next, if you're a renter, again, filing a state tax return, even though you may not need to or your income might be zero, guess what? Each year, your landlord should be supplying you a letter that indicates exactly how much rent you paid in the previous year, and you can use that to get a renter's credit. In other words, money back to you, hundreds or maybe over $1,000 in some instances, that is credited back to you in the form of a refund because you paid rent. Therefore, you get a credit back. Did you know about this stuff? Again, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But again, it may be worth looking into this, and it may be worth using this documentation that you got from Social Security, as in your SSA 1099, the document I'm talking about here. It may be worth it to use that documentation to report your income, even though it's going to be wiped out to zero because of the standard deduction. And now your income is zero. But guess what? When your income is zero, you may still qualify for some credits or, like I said here, a property tax credit or a renter's credit, something like this, that you could get back hundreds or well over $1,000 in some cases. So again, just because you don't need to doesn't mean you shouldn't, okay? Just saying, you may want to talk to somebody, whether your situation is a owner, a renter, or a fixed income beneficiary. Doesn't really matter. There's a lot of money out there that a lot of people leave on the table every year because they just simply don't know about it. Again, I want to do what I can to help you get as much money as you possibly can, keep as much money as you possibly can, and take advantage of different programs that are out there, which, by the way, getting a property tax refund is not taking advantage of anything. It's a thing that's out there. It is there for homeowners who have lower income. Taking advantage of a renter's credit is not taking advantage of some system. It's out there for you because you paid rent, okay? This is a system. This is something that's in place. It is completely 100% legit. Just look into it for your situation. So anyway, if this video generated hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of value for you, I'd be super happy. That'd be awesome, okay? Now again, why do you need to keep this documentation? The letter that I'm talking about here from Social Security, again, the SSA 1099, keep that. I know generally you'll open it up and look at it and think, who cares? I don't file a tax return, throw it in the garbage. No, please hold on to it for a little while. Why? Because it is official documentation reporting your income. Please keep it for at least a little while. Reason being is this is what you need in order to potentially file a federal or state tax return if you decide to do that and if you are required to do that. And if there's potentially some credits out there you could potentially take advantage of, or like I said, a property tax credit or a renter's credit as well. Please keep this document. I know we're all tempted to think this doesn't apply. I'm going to throw it in the garbage. Whatever. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but I would highly advise at least keep it for a few months here. and maybe take advantage of some of the things I've talked about here in the video. I hope this helps you, and I hope this generates thousands of dollars or at least hundreds of dollars worth of some type of credit or some type of money coming back to you as a result of the couple different things I talked about here in this video. Again, hope this helps you. Make sure to subscribe down below. Also, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below in the comment section. If you want me to come back and elaborate on anything further, I can certainly do that for you. Otherwise, subscribe, share this video with your friends, family, social media. Let's help some other people take advantage of this stuff as well. And grab this money that they leave on the table each and every year. Share this video with them. They will be very happy, and you can be the hero that gave them this information so that they can also get some money. And who doesn't enjoy some extra money that they didn't know about? That's always a really fun time, right? If you ever get some money that you didn't know you had coming to you, it's always like, wow, bonus money, right? That's always a really cool day. So anyway, share the video, like the video, subscribe down below, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Take care, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.